sandwiched between two pies. Back of the Packers, Winderlick. Quick handball to Hocking. Back to Lovett Murray. He goes short. It's a mark to Zaharakis. Zaharakis has kicked a goal. The Bombers are in front of the G.
It's time to strap in and get ready.
The leaders in AFL Supercoach are incoming, helping you win your leagues and climb up the rankings.
You're now listening to the Insight AFL Show with your hosts, Big Horse, Skiddy, and Herbie.
Hello and welcome to the Insight AFL Show. I'm the Horse and this is Skiddy and it is here. Round 0. Welcome. Thank God. It's been a long off season, hasn't it, brother?
Oh my God. Thank God footy is back. You know, we don't have to get this like, you know, oh, are they really trying? Are they not really trying because it's preseason games anymore? Hell no. Season's finally here, baby. Oh, so excited. D's, Swans, Grundy, Gorn. Woo-wee. I'm excited to get stuck in tonight.
Mate. What better way than to start round 0, I guess, or televised games with a bit of Supercoach relevance. And by that, I mean by player increases or decreases in price, than to have Gorn and Grundy, two teammates last year, clearly couldn't work together, and now they're going at it. The things you love to see.
How many people have you said to this week where they've gone, oh, so we got round 0 tonight. Don't really know what that means. So we're going to get our Supercoach teams ready? No. Just
trying to get
AFL bucking up the dates. Oh,
yeah.
Jeez. But
the only
it's
thing,
footy.
That's right. The only thing it's good for is the punt is open, so you can bet on disposals this week.
Oh.
Footy tips are going, but Supercoach, we do have to wait another week. So
yeah,
it sucks, but it is what it is. Guys, we're here to talk teams tonight, or teams that we do have, and then players to watch for the remaining 3 games who we think is worthy of your attention when we're talking Supercoach, who we feel you can safely fade. And we've also got some information on additional rookies that you might want to stay tuned for. But before we continue on, if you haven't yet, please hit like and subscribe down the bottom left. Put the bell on, triple bang that shit. We love it. Also, jump in the Discord. The description will be, or the link will be in the comments down below once we complete the episode tonight. Insight Unlimited is live and for less than 50 cents a week. And for those of you that know me, you know I love my Zinger boxes with the extra burger on the sides, upsize, replace the potato and gravy with a dinner roll. Yes, sir, I know what I like. You'll get access to everything we do, our insights, our trades, our captain's picks, exclusive premium question and answer content every round of the year, and a few other cool perks. Entry to our Discord is, of course, free and will forever be free. Our $25, $50, and $100 cash leagues are now up and running. We do only have, I think there's 3 spots left in our $50 league. There's a couple more spots in the $25 and the $100 league. So if you're interested, please DM us on Discord or comment below and we'll sort you out. Also, our unlimited league is 913351. I repeat, 913351. It is free to enter. If you get the top score for the week, you will win a prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze. Anything you want to add, mate, before we start?
No, mate, you pretty much covered that. Oh, except for our new comp that we were going running this year. As you can see right behind me, we've got the whiteboard over here.
Yeah, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we've put a lot of time and effort into the graphics on the whiteboard. But,
yeah, we gave it a shot. But I got the whiteboard. That's the main thing. But we have the Insight Squeeze of the Week competition. Basically, all you're going to have to do is when me and Mick go live, drop it into the YouTube chats or come into the Discord and drop them into the Discord. All you got to do is pick which player out of the whole round is going to have the highest Supercoach score. You type the player. You type what number they have, what number you think they're going to get for Supercoach. If you get the right player and you are the closest score, you win a Standard Squeeze prize pack. And it seems pretty bloody easy because that's how bloody easy it is.
Yeah, we got some fantastic sponsors across at the Standard Squeeze, and they're ready, willing, and able to get everyone involved. So as Skiddy just said, all you need to do is pick whichever player you think will score the highest score in round 0 this week. And if you pick the right player, and you don't even have to nail the exact score, all you need to do is get closest to the score that he scored, and you'll win a prize pack thanks to the guys at the Standard Squeeze.
So
comment in the chat here or in Discord.
Horsey,
and
why don't you kick off kick off the season, mate. Who are you tipping to get the highest Supercoach score this round, and what are you saying?
Jeez, I haven't really thought about that too much yet.
Oh, righto. Love putting him on the spot.
You have a little bit. I am going to go Maxi Gorn, and I'll say 147 tonight.
Ooh, shit! I don't mind that. That's a nice shout for the old Gorn. I reckon we're going to get a few Gornies. I'm going to go Josh Dunkley against a depleted Carlton midfield without Walsh, and I'm going to say I'm going to give him about 152. I reckon Dunks can get tomorrow night.
Oof. Let's
Big
see.
boy.
Mitch Bacon already in the chat. He reckons Errol 153. Yeah. You know what? Errol went 170 plus last year in the preseason, so he's got the runs on the board to be able to go large too. So let's see what happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So our first lot of games that we're going to talk about is.
Sorry, did you say Global's comment already? Grundy will be crying on his mum's titties tonight. Bloody oath he will be.
So our first games, or the games we have round zero, are brought to you by the Standard Squeeze, helping you drink responsibly and conveniently. You can go to the website, thestandardsqueeze.com, and use the code INSIGHT15 to get yourself 15% off everything in store. Now, talk to me, Skiddy. Who are you tipping tonight before we get into players?
Mate, I'm tipping the D's tonight, and also too, very quickly, big hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for all your comments. We'll get to the questions as well. But yeah, I'm running D's tonight, and unbelievably, I'm pretty sure we tipped them by the exact same margin.
We have 13 points.
13 points, yeah.
Yeah.
So I reckon the D's midfield is probably just a bit too strong, unfortunately, for the Swannies fans out there. Mate, it's Parker out, Mills out, and Tay Adams out. That hurts a lot. That means that midfield rotation is going to be a little bit rough. And when you're coming up against Gorn and the Melbourne midfield, ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, it does. So we've got a few comments in the chat that you're probably going to have to take down their names and their points that
I'll do it after.
They're throwing in. But we've got Dylan Brown, 144. My mate Dillbags from the NRL.
Good on your
brain. Yep. You can tell that bloke's played some NRL in his life and has lost a few brain cells. Michael Higginson took Miller, 146. I like that. That's one of my pods for this year.
Big call.
And Braden Dunstan, Turbo, 243.
Tommy Turbo? The other Turbo?
Yeah, boy, bitch.
He didn't specify. I'm going to do the other shit Turbo. I'm going to put him down for that. Not Tommy, the other one.
Yeah, Ben. I think his name is.
You. How the hell do you know his name? This is AFL, baby.
I got no idea. Got no idea. All right. So as you can see on the screen here, we've got Melican, McCartan, Rampy, Lloyd, Florent, Blakey. That's pretty much their back six and has been for a few years now. Yep. For those of you that thought that Matt Roberts may start in the back line, he may very well come off the bench and play that role across half back or the wing. It's got Errol Goulden being named on a wing here, but don't be surprised if you see him in the centre bounce alongside Chad Warner for the first bounce, alongside James Rowbottom, and then you'll see James Jordan playing on a wing. Isaac Heaney, I reckon, may be a good shout while they're down a few midfielders to play a little bit more midfield, but we can trust him as much as someone that's not very trustworthy, and he's not going to be very consistent with Supercoach scoring. So we've got him on a half forward flank. Logan McDonald, Joel Armadi. It's actually a sneaky, dangerous forward line with Papley, Hayden McLean, and Will Hayward.
Yeah,
there's really no real big names apart from maybe Isaac Heaney, but Logan McDonald coming into his third season. Joel Armadi kicked a couple of bags of four last year. Hayden McLean's got one of the best contested marks in the game, I reckon. He's a very strong man. And then Tom Papley, he loves a goal celebration, doesn't he?
Oh, buddy, the old trash panda absolutely loves it. We're also getting quick word. Apparently, Jack Billings is the sub for Melbourne tonight. Don't mind that call by the D's. We thought it was going to be Billings, Windsor, or Laurie, but it looks like they're giving the young fellas the old tick, and Billings is a sub. Interesting, and I'm staying the hell away from him. That's
a huge call. That's going to burn a lot of super coaches who have budgeted to have him in there. So very watch this space. Who, if anyone finds out who the Swannies sub is while we're going live, can you please drop it in the
Yes.
chat because we weren't able to find it before we go live. We sort of had the thought that it may be Robbie Fox or Sam Wicks that may be the backup, the sub, sorry. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Brody Grundy, first game against Maxi Gorn. We've already brought that
there you
up.
go. Wicks is sub. Thank you very much, Corey.
Yeah,
Legend.
thought as much. Thanks for confirming that, mate. So it's nice to see Matty Roberts getting a full run. Angus Sheldrick, Peter Adams, Corey Warner as emergencies. Braden Campbell coming off the pine with Harry Cunningham, Matty Roberts. It doesn't surprise me that Robbie Fox isn't a sub because I feel like if Petraka, and I messaged you this earlier today, if Petraka gets on top early, then he's going to go to Petraka to try and nullify his influence on the game. From a Sydney Swans point,
I thought you were bang on with that as well. Like both of us said Fox is a sub. It's just that we both said it in different ways. You thought it was because he was going to go defensive role in Petrarca. I thought it was because they were now trialing him in those trial matches down forward. So they think that he can be that kind of swingman that can go back or forward wherever they're depending on playing him as the sub. So I don't mind that.
Out of these three teams, brother, out of the Sydney Swans, give me three players that you think are Supercoach relevant that we need to keep an eye on for tonight.
Oh, Supercoach relevant. Like, it's funny that if we said this at the start, I would have said Braden Campbell, and now I don't want to get him anywhere near my team. But Supercoach relevant. Well, obviously one is Errol. Errol is the main one that we're watching. I know a lot of people are going to be looking at Matty Roberts. And, wait, why? Sorry, I just looked at the AFL app, and Robbie Fox is starting at full forward. It kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. And obviously James Jordan. James Jordan is the big one. James Jordan is the one that's in my team currently. 275K, forward mid. Mate, he should be in a lot of people's forward lines. And it's a really good opportunity for him Sydney now with the outs that they have in the midfield. So they're the three I'm watching, mate.
Couldn't agree more, mate. So we'll go across to Melbourne here. First game of Howes. Yeah, the D's. I'm not sold on Howes. I do want to bring up something before we continue on. And just because a rookie is playing doesn't mean he's going to be good. Correct. Doesn't mean he's going to score well. We've seen so many times in the past where people go, oh, sweet, we got a 123K rookie backman that's going to play. And you manipulate your side to fit him in, and then round 2 or 3 gets dropped, and then you're stuck. This is a guy that I don't believe is going to score very highly in Supercoach, and you can clearly fade.
Yep.
So we got Stephen May, Jake Lever, Christian Salem. We always thought he'd drop back, especially with Oliver coming back in. Tomlinson, Judd McVee is a close watch for me alongside Bailey Laurie. I don't mind both their games, and they're quite cheap. Ed Langdon and Rivers on the wings with Sex Track in the middle. Viney, half forward. He'll play a high half forward, which is an additional on baller. I don't know how Josh Shackey gets a game. He is terrible. Van Ruin, Spargo, Fritsch, and Neil Bullen. Sorry. Honesty gets the best of me sometimes.
No, mate. No, you absolutely bang on the money with that one. He's absolutely.
Oh. He reminds me, have you ever heard of the term monkey symbols? When he goes to the mark, it's like monkey symbols doing these ones, trying to mark the ball.
100%. And it's like, that's all that's going on in his head when he's playing footy too, because he's got no idea where he's going next position. It's just, he's going around going, ding, 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 ding. Yep. I love it.
Good to see Windsor getting a crack. Laurie, Bowie, Cade Chandler on the bench as well. Are you surprised to see Oliver in?
Oh, kind of, actually. I thought there would have been way more repercussions for Oliver in fairness, but it's like they've just gone, oh, you know what? Screw it. Like, we'll just sweep this under a rug. Doesn't really matter. There's a good tip for all the kids out there. Take drugs, don't deal them. You go to jail if you deal them. You can still play footy. Nope. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah. No,
let's cut that. No, I am surprised. I thought there would be way more repercussions for Clary, but it seems like, they're like, oh, yeah, let's just keep going. And now he's here. He's playing opening round. He's probably going to play a really, really good game, in fairness. I think they may he probably won't be the Clary that we're used to where he's going to get 35, but, match fitness is a big thing. So, but, fair play. If he got his way and he got his confidence from his belief from his teammates again, then, D's have every right to. I just thought there'll be more repercussions.
What do you think Clayton Oliver's scoring is going to be like? And do you see, I see a definite drop in his price?
Supercoach, yes.
Yep.
I 100% agree. I think he'll drop a fair amount in the first couple of rounds, and then we can start to look at bringing him up. Match fitness is a massive thing. He hasn't played like against actual players competitively for a while, so I think it's going to take him a couple of weeks just to fully get into it. So I'm not starting him, but I will be definitely paying attention to see who, bring him in like later on, because obviously he's a pig.
Yeah, and for those of you that are wondering who takes over Brayshaw's role, I don't think it'll be Salem, because Salem was doing it even when Brayshaw was there.
Really?
I want people to keep a close eye on Bailey Laurie and Judd McVee, because there's a position there available, someone to be running the ball out of defense, someone to just be roaming around to use the ball. They're not too bad. They're not great yet, but both got potential to be able to do it quite well. So tonight, I want people to keep an eye on the number 16 and the number 4 for Melbourne, because I do believe there's going to be some potential there for us to bring in a nice either forward or back rookie who could potentially make us some coin.
Mickle, I got a quick one just to all the people that do have Salem in their team, and after he was playing the midfield role last week. And sorry in the chat, Phil, you're absolutely bang on. I did. With the Brayshaw role, that's why I want to watch Salem a lot tonight. If he does get the Brayshaw role out of the middle, Angus Brayshaw was the best kicking efficiency player at the Demons last year by an absolute country mile. So that's why they valued Brayshaw in the middle as much as they could. I don't know if they're going to give that responsibility straight away to Laurie, but he's a good kick of the ball, but I think they need a bit more composure. That's why they may lean Salem as just being someone that's got the experience, and he also is a good kick of the ball, but losing that efficiency is tough. So I think there is a realm where Salem gets that role purely because of the kicking efficiency standpoint that they need.
For sure. I like this point that Michael Higginson's brought up, and I do want to read it out to everyone.
Thank you,
New sub rule potentially will catch Supercoach teams out this season. Absolutely. Especially if you have players play on a Sunday, as it will minimize options to trade out. Late call on sub will stop the cash gen. 100% agree with you, mate. We've got to be all over what's going on early in the season and trying to maximize our cash gen as early as we can. I'm running with only one loop player. I want my players to be playing, but at the same time, like Howes, I'm not going to pick him if his ceiling's 40, 50. If we saw in the last practice match, he had 3 touches in the first 5 minutes. Was it against Carlton? And then for the next 3.5 quarters, he had 3 touches. So to me, that does not scream value at all. So buyer beware there.
Agreed.
The next game, mate, we haven't been able to obtain the team list yet.
Teams are out, brother.
Teams are out.
Teams are out, my boy. They just came out for us. So Brizzy Carlton, we've got backline for Brisbane. We've got Starcevic, Payne, Leicester. Coleman on the halfback with Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner. On the wings, we got Fletcher and Jared Berry. In the middle, Zach Bailey is back for Brisbane, which is good to see that he's over from his illness. Half forward and forward line, we got Charlie Cameron, Eric Hitwood, Hugh McCluggage, Cam Rayner, Joe Danaher, Dane Zorko, with the ruck being McInerney and the on-ballers being Dunkley and Neil. Interchange, Lohman gets the nod. Huge for the people that picked up Lohman. I still don't know about it, but it's good to see him in. Archie, McCarthy, Lyons, and Wilmot, and I'm going to be about 90% confident that Jared Lyons will be the sub again. He was the sub majority last year. That just means that the absentees will be McKenna, Robertson, Duday, and obviously Ashcroft. But what do you see there, Mickle? There is, this is a fairly unchanged Brisbane side.
Yeah. I'm going to go against you. I was 90% sure that it was going to be Lions. But I'm just having a quick look at their rotation. I reckon Lohman might be the sub.
Okay, you reckon it's going to be Lohman. So you reckon they're going to go small forward sub rather than Jared Lyons mid?
Because if you have a look, you've got Wilmot that plays wing back. You've got McCarthy that plays forward. You've got Archie that plays forward. Or back. Like he can go either way.
Goes both.
Yeah. Lions will be a rotation mid.
Yeah.
But
remember, it's the same thing that they did last year. Lions was always the sub, brought off because they ran through with McCluggage, with Berry, with Rayner, with Zorko. They ran through so many mids. It's just that our Lions just kind of sits. But I can see the Lohmann vision. I just don't know if they change far from it. So it could be Lohmann actually getting the tick. But, I'm going to still back it with Lions being the sub for the last, 8 games of the year.
Conor McGregor's out.
Yeah, poor Conor McGregor. But Conor McGregor.
Yeah, as the people that saw Justin last year thought Conor McGregor and Conor McKenna were brothers. Anyway, so for Carlton, before we go into Supercoach relevant players, Kemp, Young, Sard, Newman, McGovern, Williams. Williams back for his first game in a couple of years. Serves Oz is in the chat. What's everyone doing with Billings? Cut him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weak back line for me. I think Kemp and McGovern will be good as intercept defenders. Newman's not too bad. Sard's run and carry. They're going to have to really rely on, though.
Yeah, 100%. Young was good last week in the Pracky match, but in fairness, he was only playing against Bailey Fritsch. It's a different thing when you come up against Hipwood and Danaher.
When you've got one of the highest scoring offensive threats up at the Gabba without one of your best midfielders, without your best backman, I reckon this is going to be 6 goals plus.
Yep. We were talking about it before, and I was like, oh, yeah, Carlton was still bloody good last year, but then you remember Wiedering's out, and you kind of just go, geez, Brisbane could really put a run on here. If that ball gets down their back, oh, no.
Yeah. Any recommendations for who to come in for Billings, as in for Melbourne or for your Supercoach side? If you're talking about your Supercoach side, I'd pick Lazaro.
Charlie's a good shout. If you don't have Darcy Wilson, obviously bring him in. Around that price, we could if you don't have James Jordan, then get him in. And shit. You know me, Mick Liddell. If there's one guy in the Supercoach world that has faith that Nat Fyfe can produce and be okay, it's me. So I'll tell you to pick Fyfey.
Okay. Akers, Cripps, Kennedy, Owies, Kerno, Hewitt. I've actually got him in the team.
I know you do. Thank you for finally listening to me.
Yeah. Orazio Fantasia is 179k, and please don't pick him. He will not score you that well on a consistent basis. He will phantom more on your Supercoach side than me after 6 beers and I'm trying to get home. Mackay and Cunningham, followers of DeConing, Chera and Doherty, Cottrell, Carroll, Boyd, Hollands, and Fogarty on the Pine. So when we're talking Supercoach, we'll get to in a sec, Liam. Hugh McCluggage. I've got big eyes on him tonight. He could nearly be this year's breakout player.
There is a bloody good. Let's not forget this kid was an absolute highly touted junior. He was amazing. It's just been in a team where. What's up?
No, William Hill's saying hi, lads. So I'm just waiting to him.
Sorry, mate. I thought you were calling me off or something. No. I nearly slipped up, but I was good. He was a highly touted junior. He was a fantastic player, but he's always been at Brisbane, and Brisbane have had a good midfield and a solid midfield. I just don't know if he can get his way fully in there, but I still love the way he plays. And when he gets in there, he takes his opportunities. He's still impactful when he goes half forward, which is very rare for most midfielders. But yeah, I'm with you, Mickle. Hugh McCluggage is a massive, massive watch for me this year.
We'll see how Kai Lohmann goes tomorrow night. I think he's a big watch because I think Zach Bailey coming back, he takes his role back, and that will eliminate. Yeah,
it's interesting that Bailey is back, but Lohmann is still in. I thought Robinson was going to come back in and Lohmann would be out, but he didn't.
Do you know who this actually benefits the most in the Brisbane side? And you're going to look at me like I've got chips and dip going on.
Cam Rayner?
No. Oscar McInerney.
Big O.
Yep. Do you know why? Darcy Fort's out. He's gonna be the lone ruckman with Danaher occasionally chopping him out.
Yeah. Hey, that's not bad. But Danaher has been more known to ruck more often now as well, because he also does take the forward line ruck options, and then he also does push up.
Which will
And they've
then
got-
enable McInerney to play that Marshall English role, a kick behind the play, intercept marking.
Yep.
Like I actually don't mind it. He's made it on. Oh, well, he's not going to be on my watch list because I am basically tossing up between Grundy, English, and Gawn for my two ruck spots. But he could be a sneaky pick.
He could definitely. I think he's a little bit too expensive to be having that kind of gamble on someone like Oscar McInerney, who we all know is super uncoordinated. So, but I do like his rucking ability and him as a person. He's a great bloke.
Yep.
If he was like 300K or something like that, I'd take him. I reckon I'd have that throw at the stumps.
Oh, for sure. Surf Oz again. I feel like having 4 North players in my team feels somehow wrong.
No, you're right.
If the Herbie Bull was on right now, he would tell you anything short of 24 North players in your team, and then something's wrong, wouldn't he?
Pretty sure we were having these conversations in the Discord the other week with our boys Kizza and Agnoxy, and I still don't know how to read his name, but they were asking how many North players is too many, and I'm pretty sure one of the boys had 7, and we were like, nah, it's like there's just so much value in that. You
can add another 20 to that.
Yeah, probably about that. Yeah, so I don't think 4 is bad. It just depends which 4. If it's Zeri, then no, take him the fuck out. I don't know why people are so excited about Zeri. Like, not one of his hitouts were to advantage.
Not excited by him at all.
No, I mean, hey, look, no, let me not say at all. A little bit. If he can tidy up his hitouts to actual North midfielders, then his score is going to increase. Obviously, he has a good mark. He goes for tackles. It's like he plays like Nank Curvis, but not as good as Nank. But if he could get hitouts to advantage, mate, his score would be up there. It's just that he doesn't, or he can't, or they don't. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's a disconnect between his brain.
Yes. We'll get into the Carlton players to watch anyway. Zach Williams. He's a big one tonight, isn't he?
Yep. However you do it.
Yep. That looks like.
Z. Sorry, I got it around this way. There we go. It's back to front.
There we go.
The big Z.
The legend of Zorro. So we got Zach Williams coming in, 220K.
I think he's 16.
Yeah, he's definitely a must watch. And G Money, got to love Jane Bunn doing the weather. Yeah, we all have a bit of time for Jane Bunn, don't we?
What a great comment.
Paddy Cripps and Adam Chera.
Yes.
So who do you think is going to be the biggest beneficiary with Walsh being out for not just 2 weeks, but we're getting word that Walsh may be out for half the season and he may be undergoing back surgery.
Surgery under the knife. That absolutely sucks for him. That, really hearts out to Sammy Walsh. He's an absolute gutsy player, gives it his all every single time. So that sucks to him and hopefully for a speedy recovery. But, mate, I know it's going to sound weird, but if it's going to depend on the other one of those players beneficiating the other player. So if Chera can fill the Sam Walsh role and allow Cripps to be the player that Cripps likes to be, then Cripps is going to benefit better. If Cripps has to get more in and under and play more out of his position in the midfield, then Chera is going to benefit. So it's a really hard one. So that's why it's the watch to see which one is going to be the in and under, which one's going to be the outside player, which one's going to be like how they're going to, obviously they're going to swap it, but who gets more of that kind of ability in that role.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. I know that's very confusing, but it's I
did some quick maths before we jumped on air tonight, and Adam Chera went over 108 times when Walsh was out last year.
Yep. But that's because he took Walsh's role, which benefited Cripps as well, which in turn kind of benefited Carlton.
Yep.
But if they don't do that same thing and Cripps starts to do what he's doing in the pracky matches more, then it's going to benefit Chera more.
Yep. Sam Doherty?
I'm watching. I want to see if he gets his halfback role, if he keeps getting pushed back into this midfield like they were doing in the pracky matches. Just keep him halfback. He's your most reliable, best source of kicking, best defender. He can two-way it as well. It's like Tom Stewart. He can play defense and he can also be a great kick offensively pushing out the back line. Just stay in the halfback. Don't put him in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we said before, I'm tipping Brisbane and pizzle it in.
Yeah, I'm tipping Brizzy as well.
Yep. On Saturday, Surf Oz has just put in the chat, Sheasel, McKercher, Fisher, and Lazaro. I'd be okay with those 4.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well. I know you
Yep.
you always get iffy with Fisher's hammy, but I'm fine with that as well. Absolutely, bang on.
Yeah. Anyway, for me,
sorry.
Yeah,
just quickly on the Carlton game. Very surprising they didn't play Pitnet. Like, he's the emergency. They are now. So you're telling me that they were starting Pitnet in the ruck last week in the practice matches, a week out from the season, and Gawn kicked his ass that badly that they went, nah, screw it. We're going to put him as an emergency. We're going to start Tom DeConey. Like,
his funeral was Wednesday. Gorn killed him.
Gawn absolutely murdered this man completely out of the side. That is unreal. You'd love to see it.
So yeah.
Well,
right,
now also too, TDK is now on my watch. I mean, shit, he did okay against Gawn for the quarter that he played him, and he's not that expensive. He's on watch.
Do you know why? Because he's shit. Let's move on. Gold Coast versus Richmond. 3:20 at the Gold Coast. We don't have the teams yet, but we've dropped a few names here that we want you to watch.
No, we have the team list.
Do you?
Yeah, bloody oath. Gold Coast.
They must have just dropped before.
Good old Uwu is in the back pocket. Bodie Euland, Ballard Collins, halfback Buderick. Everyone's asking about him. And our boy, the Sexton. We love him. Will Powell, Fiorini, Miller, and Ellis are in your wings and middle. Half forward, Ainsworth, Humphrey, Daddy, Humphrey, Berry, Ben King, Roses, Casbolt. We got the for the on-ballers, Witts, Anderson, Rowell, interchange, Flanders. I never trust a team sheet, right? I will never, ever, ever trust a team sheet of where people are actually starting. Flanders starting on the interchange. Don't read too much into it. I never. Holman, Lukosius, Swallow, McPherson. Emergencies is Atkins, Graham, and Moyle. Why would you even list Moyle? All right, he's not there yet. Absentees, Weller, Long, and Mac. Secondary ruck, Mac Andrew, not getting in. Unreal.
Don't mind it.
Who are you watching? Go Richmond. Go Richmond.
Richmond, probably a little bit as advertised. Nothing really changes from their practice match side. They've named Sammy Banks on a wing, number 41. Pretty sure is at rookie price, so something to have a look at there. Morris Rioli on a half-forward flank. Geez, they've got a lot of rookies. Seth Campbell, he's in as well. I think he's 123K. Naismith, he's starting in the ruck. Thompson Dow starting on the interchange.
Yep. Manx out. Dusty's out. Graham's out.
So I'll give you the names that are out.
Yeah.
Jack Graham, Dusty Martin, Toby Nankervis, Ivan Saldo. This is from last year's team. Ryan Mantle. And then you got Tom Brown, Jacob Bauer, and James Tresize from last week. I think this is Gold Coast to lose this week. But when we're talking Supercoach relevant players for Richmond, I've got 3.
Yep.
Thompson Dow.
Yep.
Shai Bolton.
Yep.
Jaden Short.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, Jaden Short is creeping up to be in my team. I'll tell you that much right now. I don't know if I can get him into the defensive zone, but I think he's going to see a lot of it.
Yeah, I think so too. He's when you look at the back 6 there, Short, Rioli, Vlosten, Gibcus, Young, Grimes. So you got Grimes, Young, and Gibcus who aren't ball users. Vlosten's a nice intercept defender. Rioli, Short are your main ball users coming out of the back line. I think you'll find that Short will take the majority of the kick-ins too, so he's a real big watch for tonight.
Yep.
Shai Bolton, you want to see how much midfield time he gets, so then we can see how much of a scope he has for that ceiling. If he's playing predominantly forward, then we wait for his price to drop before we jump all over him. And Thompson Dow, we get that free look this week as a round 0 side or whatever you want to call it to see exactly what his role is. For Gold Coast, the stacked midfield is an issue, isn't it?
Correct. It is. We have to see how this is going to work. If Flanders is going to be our F1 that everyone wants. I know big news as well as anyone that has not seen yet. Luke Jackson is a go at F1. Sean Darcy is out for the opening rounds. We suspect it could be up to round, I'm going to say 5.
Justin Longmuir's just come out recently and said it's only 3 to 4 weeks.
It's only 3 to 4. Damn. I still like 3 weeks of Jackson though. It's better than Flanders, that's for certain. So yeah, we have to watch how Flanders is going to go because obviously Raul, obviously Anderson, obviously took Miller. See how that goes. I'm interested to see that. What I know we get this question a lot, Mickledell, but let's address it now. Connor Butterick. Thoughts? Thank you.
He's a defensive backman.
Correct.
Yes, he's 300K. He's 300K for a reason. Yeah, he'll use the ball occasionally, but think Charlie Constable, except he's going to get a game. So he'll score you maybe your 70 to your 75. But at 300K, you're not making any money, so why have him in?
Exactly right. And he is the backman that is allowing Sexton to be able to be such
That's
a
exactly
pick.
right. And you know what? There was news articles again today that had Alex Sexton on the back page. Like he's blowing up on the Gold Coast at the moment. They're flocking to this guy. So
good Mo. So I don't blame him.
Real good Mo. Two other players that I want you and the viewers to keep an eye out for. And these are left field picks, but I don't mind them. Jack Lukosius and Ben Ainsworth.
Yeah.
So they don't get a lot of airtime down here in the southern states, but Ben Ainsworth, he's creeping into season 4 for him. He'll push up into the midfield, has the ability to score over 100. His price at the moment is probably a little bit tricky though. And Jack Lukosius, whenever the Gold Coast Suns play well, he plays well. And as a forward, he's got an awesome kick on him. He could score really well as well, but I'm anticipating a price drop there as well prior to jumping on him if it happens.
Agreed.
Big Floppy in the chat, does round 0 count? No.
4 points?
That's it. And for your footy tips, Supercoach-wise, it counts for sweet FA, mate.
Yeah,
Our
absolutely.
last game that we're going to touch on, we're pretty mindful that we want to get this done before the first bounce, which is happening in less than half an hour, is GWS versus Collingwood, which I believe will be the game of the round. The round that is round 0. So we've got team lists too.
Yes, we do.
So
that we do. Greater Western Sydney, we've got backline, Harry Himmelberg, Sam Taylor, Connor Iden. Halfbacks, Whitfield, Buckley, Ash. Good to see Lockie Ash back in. That is good. Centre, O'Halloran, Kelly, Weir. Good. Weir, wing. Love that. 123K mid. Beautiful. Half forwards, Brent Daniels is in.
Back.
Okay. He hurt his ankle. I thought that he wasn't going to. There you go. Beautiful. Riccardi in Bedford. Toby Green, thank you. Hogan and Brown. He looked actually pretty good. Ruck, Briggs, Canelio, Tom Green. So they're going the normal midfield lineup, which is good. Interchange, Callan Ward, Thomas in. Good to see.
He is
Haynes, McMullen also in, and Cadman. Okay. This is all right. Emergencies is Keefe, Angwin, Peatling, absentees, Callahan, Perryman, Cummings, and Braden Bruce. Mickey Dell. We're like what we're saying there with McMullen, Thomas, both in. What are your thoughts as someone that is, if you had to choose Weir, Thomas, McMullen, who are you taking?
I've actually got Weir and Thomas both in my side. I think McMullen, it'll be a toss-up for the subverse between McMullen and Haynes. Haynes was the sub quite a bit last year.
Yep.
And
hang on, just quickly on that one. Cumming isn't playing, so
that's right.
Haynes obviously did it when they had Buckley, Taylor, and Cumming all playing, but Cumming's not playing. So Haynes may actually play the third defender role.
Yeah. Who have they got? Oh, they've got Himmelberg, they've got Taylor, they've got Buckley. Yeah. They're pretty solid down there. He may play as that rotation piece. Then for Collingwood, they've got that Charlie Dean. He's 123K defender. It's just a watch at the moment because Jeremy Howe is out, but he will be back. Pendlebury, halfback, back to halfback. Nick Dacos named on a back flank. Apart from that, just going through the team, Lipinski, forward pocket, Charlie Cameron. Actually, no, Darcy Cameron. It's Collingwood, isn't it? So he's in the ruck. Schultz named on the ball. Wouldn't read too much into that. They've got no one special in their team. Finn McRae is named as an emergency.
Yep. There it is. Everybody that thought Finn McRae was going to come straight into the premiership Collingwood side, Nah.
No.
McRae, emergency.
We've got here Harvey Thomas and Jacob Weir to have a look for him. Josh Kelly. So he's the cheapest to start the year in the last 3 years.
Yep.
I don't think we can go there purely because of the way GWS's midfield is structured now. They were heavily reliant on him and getting the ball forward of centre and using his ball skills, but now they've got a wider range of skills or skill sets amongst the players there.
Great, yeah.
Lockie Whitfield as well, 513k defender. He had a lot of the ball before he was subbed out or rested against Gold Coast in the second half. If he goes big tonight, he may be a nice little pod for me too.
Agreed. Yep, absolutely. Lockie Whitfield's a massive look. I'll tell you who I'm liking, Mickle, at just the price, because he's a very, very low price. If Connor Iden keeps playing the way that he's playing, he's going to have to put us all on notice. He's intercepting. He's taking kicks as well. I know they're going to look for Ash and Whitfield, but he's kind of like a hybrid defender. It's weird, like where he is locked down, but he can also kick it as well. It's just one to keep an eye on. I don't think he's going to make a team or anything like that, but it's just one to keep an eye on.
Yep. And the three things I want the viewers to keep an eye on tonight, for Saturday. Charlie Dean, debut game. Yep. Jordan De Goey, and the way that Collingwood's forward line rotation works. So who gets a go in the middle versus who's playing forward, time on the bench, because as we see, we've got Finn McRae playing as an emergency, or he'll be playing in the two, he is an emergency. So for those of you that have him in your side, it's probably time you take him out, especially with the likes of Jeremy Howe and so forth to come back into the team.
Yep.
Now, with round 0 matches starting tonight, we need to make sure that you, the viewers at home, have liked, subscribed, and got the bell on down below. The triple bang, as we would call it. So do that, so then you get notified when we go live. And be sure to follow us on Twitter as well, as we'll be posting updates on there as well. Also, if you haven't already, jump in our Discord. We will put the link down below once we complete the live tonight. Click on that. Join in. We've got game threads for every single game this year where everyone will be talking AFL footy. If you don't get Skiddy or I, you've got plenty of like-minded people in the Discord who love chatting footy, and we've already seen, over 1,500 comments just from the practice matches last week with people wanting to get involved in the AFL. So it's really good banter and knowledge going on in there. Also, be sure to join our live every Thursday night when we have 9 games to choose from, not just 4, to see who's in, who's out, who's hot, who's cold, and who to target week to week for the year. And we've been liaising with Damo, who's across in Perth. You'll find at Damo on Twitter, who does the traffic lights. So all the players to watch, the players to fade, and the players to be cautious of. He's kindly donated his spreadsheets to us here at the Insight Fantasy Sports teams to use each week. So keep an eye out for that. We will be previewing them live each week, and we'll be putting them up or sharing them on our socials, but also talking through them from our Spotify, Apple Music, and so forth listeners. Before we knock off, Skiddy, you got anything before we start round 0 tonight, mate?
Yeah, Michael, let's just quickly go through again, mate. Have a little bit of fun with it. So we're going again. Sydney versus Melbourne. Who is winning?
Melbourne 13 points.
Melbourne 13 points. Okay, we're exactly the same on that one for everyone watching at home. Brisbane versus Carlton at the Gabba. Who are you thinking?
Brisbane 8 goals.
Okay, so I'm going Brizzy, but I still think Carlton have enough in the tank just to make it like a little bit closer just to start it. So I'll take Brizzy. I'll take Brizzy by about 30 odd. All right.
Yep.
Gold Coast versus Richmond.
Gold Coast 4 goals.
Ooh, okay. I like that. I'm also having a massive watch on how the Uze game plan comes out for the Tigs. That's going to be a big watch for me.
Actually, I'm going to change that because I've seen the amount of rookies that Richmond have. Gold Coast 6 goals.
Okay. Fair enough. I think it's got a lot closer than everyone else thinks. I think Gold Coast, but I will take them very closely under 10 with Richmond maybe actually be able to sneak it. But that's where I'm going. And then the big one, Horse, Giants, Collingwood, prelim final rematch. Who you got?
The Giants win in their revenge game, 2 goals.
Oh, finally we get a different point of view. I am backing the Premiers Collingwood. I'll take Pies by. It's always close. Giants will be, it'll be under 10 points at 3/4 time, and then Giants will kick a goal. Collingwood will kick 3. Collingwood will win by like 8 points.
Nice.
I like that. That's good by us. All right. We'll keep a running tally as well on our tips.
Bloody oath.
Yeah.
Bloody oath. Again, thank you for tuning in, guys. This has been another episode of the Inside AFL Sports podcast team. See ya.